just to acknowledge what is anxiety, right? To some people, anxiety could be simple. It could be fear, it could be physical fear itself. You're trembling. Sometimes it's really heart palpitations, or sometimes being speechless. Make sense? So whatever it is, there's some type of physical manifestation. Okay? And if you acknowledge that, that's good. Alright? Because sometimes it's involuntary. That makes sense? So before I continue, raise your hand and tell me, what are the signs of stress to you physically? Urja. So Urja, how do you know if you're stressed? Is it all in the mind or something happens? Your finger goes like this. It goes shit. How do you know that you are stressed? Well, what is that sign? Usually there's a physical sign, physical manifestation. You start being chatty, and some people become chatterboxes.
Honestly, I like so much headache.
Okay, headache, that's physical.
Yeah.
That's right. Is the headache a day before the exam, or it's like anticipation of that math test?
No, like every exam, I was like so much headache.
So during anxiety during the math test, Patricia, how about you? What is your physical manifestation for stress?
Sometimes I can't sleep.
Hard to sleep, right? You're awake.
Yes, get nervous.
That's right. You're very nervous. You're awake. It's
And
almost
then my
counterproductive.
job is so stressed. I work in the hospital.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You told me before.
Crazy.
Yeah. So just imagine that, right?
This is the reason it's in my head. When I work in the hospital.
But you will do the business of healthcare. So thanks for sharing, because that's part of addressing anxiety, is to share what disturbs you, what stresses you. And from math anxiety for you, you almost no longer act normal in the hospital. You probably have a math test, right, Patricia, right? Something like that. So it's nice to acknowledge that you have that manifestation. For you, it's sleepless nights, getting too nervous. For Urja, it's a headache. Eleni, for you, what's the physical manifestation for math stress? Specifically math stress.
Oh, math?
Yeah.
Math is a little bit more okay. I'm a little like the talking is a little bit more terrifying.
Okay.
But if it's something that, like, if I see something and then maybe really have no idea what it is or where to start. Or
So that's what we call scholarly math stress. That's more of a scholarly math stress. It's almost like the defending perfect math stress.
Yeah, I get
that is stressful.
Like, right, I'll see something and then instead of move, like, so I'll either, my temperature will go off. Like I'll either like get real hot or my feet will go cold.
That's
Very
honest.
And then that'll be, instead of like being able to move on and finish everything, I want everything perfect.
Right.
So so I might stop and then
so that is
two questions at the end I could have done, but
that's actually a perfect example of very healthy stress actually. Because with that one you can actually cure it sooner than later. For Patricia's and for Urja, we'll talk about some of the prescriptions for your stresses later, okay? And Razi, let's say math for liberal arts, have you taken it or not yet?
I have taken it.
Okay, so during that experience and
like anytime I take a math test, it's just like I get stomach aches a lot. I get really jittery, like I shake my leg a lot. It's
that's fair,
whenever I don't know why, like when I'm doing homework or doing the problems in class, it's fine. But if I'm doing it, it's like a timer. A time feeling on me just makes me like feel like I'm shutting down. And then it's like even though I can know the problem, I can't see it. Like I'm reading it over, but it's not registering. And so I just like my head is just like I can't remember what to do. Like I shut down.
Yeah, that's very honest, right? And that sharing is extremely important because ultimately, if you acknowledge those physical anxieties, physical stressors, at least you know it's not a normal thing and it will no longer be quote unquote permanent if you somewhat address it. And addressing it cannot be 100% cure, right? If it was 100% cure, that removes the high achiever in you, right? Because the high achiever in you cares so much, right? Okay, so let's go to the next slide. So what is math? I'll just spend like 20 seconds on what is math, right? Because some people math numbers, right? Some people math operations, right? Some people math is hell, right? So you could go very poetic on what is math, or you can go to the definition of math, number system, modeling system, a way to analyze things, so on and so forth, right? But whatever math is to you, even if it's on the poetic side, math is hell, or math is a necessary means to get into my head, blah, 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 you have defined the math for you already, okay? So as we go through some of the prescriptions or the curative things, just always remember that no one can take away your definition of math, right? If your definition of math is, I just need to get over this and pursue my career in broadcasting, Razi, then that's what math is to you. And then you, as an operations expert, math to you is part of your toolbox. That's math to you. Meaning your fear or your anxiety for perfection, defending perfect, is actually mandatory. We need that. Otherwise, how can you be the operations expert of the future, whereby each and every percent yield loses the company money? Instead of 99% efficiency, it's 98% efficiency. That's actually real money that can get people fired. Right? So we need Eleni to be as scholarly perfect as possible. If Razi was so focused on the math, how can she persuade people with emotion and affection? Right? So the definition of math for all of us is a bit different, right? How about the business of math from a healthcare standpoint? Relating to healthcare costs. I'm sure Patricia is thinking about business, not just because respiratory therapy might be a one-on-one and cannot scale as much. How you doing? Business scales you up. Increasing access to healthcare, efficiency, insurance, so on and so forth. Welcome, I'm Professor Carcagio. We're doing the math anxiety part of these stress events.
Okay.
And what's your name and what's your major?
Valentina, and I'm business major.
Sweet. Thanks for being here, Valentina. Okay. Yeah, we're on the second and then third slide. Okay? So just always remember, your definition of math is your definition of math. Right? If your math is a means to getting your degree, sure. If math's gonna be part of your toolbox, sure. If math for you is a cultural thing, Patricia, because you're looking at the business of healthcare now, because you're looking at the cost of healthcare, you're looking at access to healthcare, then that's what math is to you. And origin for you, maybe math is defending perfect also. That's why you get those headaches, because I thought I practiced everything. There's a question there. Oh, I got you. You borrow my. Oh, Valentina, guess where I got that pen? I got that from the school too, so. Kind of like my calculators, I have like a set in my office.
Thank you.
They don't come from me. They come from my students. Lost and found for calculators, they get to me. I have a collection of calculators. Same thing with the collection of pens, right?
Are you math tutor?
I'm a math tutor also, engineering, physics. I may have seen you in the past, Valentina. Maybe at the tutoring center. Alright, so we define anxiety. Anxiety is technically a physical stressor. There has to be a physical manifestation. What is math? There's a lot of different maths here, right? You can go to the actual definition of math. It could also be a poetic definition, Valentina. But math is how you define it. If it's just that class to get you your degree, it is what it is. If it's a cultural thing, I have to know my math because I need to understand the business of increasing healthcare access. That's your math. If you want to be the expert in operations, that's your math. If you want to be finance analyst of the future, that's your math. Right? That's really important there, because don't let anybody tell you what your math is. Make sense? If someone tries to push you, hey, you have to be a math genius. I own a pet store, you know? As long as I can be profitable, I'll be okay. Right? All right. So first part of the prescription of the curative method, if you look at first real life math is anxiety because you care so much, right? That's part of the cure. Anxiety is healthy because you care so much. You gotta make sure it doesn't take over you. It's healthy, it's kind of like managed stress. Even us professors, right, teaching at 15 unit load, 20 unit load, dealing with the ups and downs of dialogue in class, even for us, we have to manage our stresses, because honestly, even Professor Weinfeld, I'm sure, and Dr. Jones, when we have classes, there are certain classes that we really look forward to, and that's honest, right? It could be the topic of the class or just the culture in that class. Sometimes you get the 9 a.m. or you get an 8 a.m. class, although it's in the morning, it's just like the most fabulous class. Because it's like fabulous class, you know? Some kid brings donuts in and you're enthusiastic because you just had your coffee and you know. All right, so first thing is you acknowledge that anxiety is healthy because you care so much. And if you realize that you could live with the anxiety to a certain extent, then that's part of the cure. That makes sense? Like, I don't realize that I would lose hair, you know, but I realize that it's actually doesn't make who I am. My identity is not my hair. That makes sense? So living with stress, living with the math anxiety, for example, is actually healthy and you can manage it for as long as it doesn't take over you. That's part of the cure, acknowledging it, knowing that it's healthy, and maybe realizing that it might even be part of your life. All right, and that should be okay. All right, and if you look at the other stuff over here, there's some stuff here that you could dilute. You know, if you look at negative self-talk. The thing about the negative self-talk, right? Sometimes you have high expectations for yourself. That's why, no, I'm not gonna do well. No, I'm not gonna do well. And then you do well. How do you like them apples, right? So the negative self-talk is a very ego, pride-related thing. So this one you can dilute now, right? So don't have negative self-talk. Just say, I'll do my best. CCM has resources. I'll do my best. CCM has resources. You know, once in a while, the negative self-talk includes the dreaded Professor Sucks word, right? but that is negative self-talk, right? Professor sucks. But try not to do that because no one's a victim, man. Just always remember, I will do my best. I have resources. I will prepare. I'll do my best. I have resources. And part of the resources would be study groups. And I will highly encourage that. Because after my talk, I will ask you guys to have an action plan for you as your homework on how to cure your stress. I cannot check the homework unless we see each other again next semester for another anxiety talk, but you will have homework, which is a plan, a weekly plan, a monthly plan, a semester plan of how to cure your stress. And if it's a study group, it's a study group. If it's going to tutoring every other week, it's going to tutoring every other week. Or sometimes for some kids, the big stress reliever for math is purpose for some. If your purpose, that's why I asked Eleni was here earlier, so I asked her, so what do you want to be? What part of business? Are you this route, that route? And she said, probably operation. Purpose. So now that purpose is reconciled with that stress. So now you put up with the stress because you have your purpose. If you've taken a psychology, your business people have to take psychology 113, right? Maslow's hierarchy of needs. The pinnacle is self-actualization, finding your purpose, living to your full potential. So sometimes that alone kind of handles and manages the stress for you because you know your purpose. To get to that purpose, you have to go through this. Okay, very good. The not studying regularly, I don't think you guys are guilty of that at all. And the negative self-talk, that could happen just because you're human, right? But that one you can reduce quickly, all right? But not studying regularly, I don't think that applies to you. You guys study. That's why you're here, actually. You guys study, right? So having math anxiety has nothing to do whether you study a lot or not. You know, it's how math